figure out where to put this silly thing.
It's supposed to be.
I'll scoot closer to you.
Welcome everybody to Afrogeek. I'm excited. Everybody, introduce yourselves and your lovely gents.
And our lovely gents.
Yes.
You go first, April.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, April, you go first.
Well, it's like, yeah, I already said I'm April, right? This is Afman. So happy to see you. You gotta get like a warm welcome.
Okay, I'm Jacqui, and this is Mike.
Oh.
And I'm Lori, also known as Autumn, and BJ's in the other room.
What's up, BJ?
Nothing much. Just chilling.
Man. It's good to have you here. Thank you, everybody, for your time. I wanted to really talk about, like, okay, so we're like these badass women with all these gifts and abilities that we could talk to and get into, but we never actually, like, hear from the guys. Like, how is it being
How did they put up
women?
with us?
Yes, how they put up with us. And you know what? They're pretty badass themselves, and they can talk about the abilities and gifts and shit they have, and just how the fuck does it all work? How does it just come together?
Moments.
You say you have your moments?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean by your moments? You mean you have like?
Go ahead. You could tell them what. Wait, we should have a disclaimer. Like right now, I actually think that the disclaimer should be: nothing said here will be held against anyone. In other words, you can say that we're batshit crazy, but we'll still love you when we get off this camera. Okay?
I like.
Agreed.
Okay.
And yeah, we display some batshit crazy moments. Trust me.
You're good, Mike. Let it rip.
Well, I'm in the same position.
She's brains, I'm muscle.
You said you strained the muscle? I'm sorry, we didn't hear you.
She's brains, I'm muscle. When something needs to be broken or fixed, I do it. When something needs to be thought out, she does it.
Ah.
Huh. Well, that sounds familiar.
Hey,
I like that. She's like, no jabs. It's too early.
I don't know which category I'm in though.
No, I like that balance. Like, we're both Libras, if you give a crap about astrology. So everybody's like, how does that work? It's like,
I'm a borderline, so it don't count for me.
He's a borderline, yeah. Sorry, it's like, because the audio is kind of low, so it'd be like, kind of look silly. We don't have speakers.
Yeah, you're a bitch.
That work better?
Oh.
There, that's better.
That should be good.
Okay.
She's playing with the camera this time, not me.
Yeah, he's the tech guy, not me. You're the tech guy.
Yeah, I'm dated though.
You dated?
Yeah, man.
It's easy.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's growing too fast, so it's pushing me out of the tech into normal.
I got a good tech question.
Huh?
If my headlights are on my car,
my
my
God.
phone don't work. Can you fix that?
We don't own a car. We're in the city.
okay.
We're in New York City.
They don't need a car.
No, I wouldn't need a car in Brooklyn either. I'd kill somebody.
Yeah, there you go. And we live in Brooklyn, yeah. Well, actually I'm in the Bronx. We're near Yankee Stadium, so.
Yep.
I'm not a Yankees fan. Not personal.
I am.
I don't like baseball.
I don't watch baseball.
Yeah. I like boxing, MMA, that type of thing. Yeah. I don't know.
I just watch whatever BJ's got on TV sometimes.
You said sometimes you like hockey.
No, BJ does.
Oh, yeah. You have a favorite team, BJ?
Toronto.
Oh, not naturally.
Yeah.
Home team.
Oh,
From Canada.
yeah.
Hey, how's the weather up there in Canada?
It can't.
Cold, miserable.
We've been going through
rainy
that a
snow
little bit
week
down
today.
here, but it's getting better.
No, it did start to get a little bit better, but yeah, Winter just said, yeah, you guys, you can have a little bit more, so they dumped some more snow on us.
Yeah,
So.
better you than me.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Jeez.
It's rainy, sleety
Only way to
today
stay
a little
calm
bit.
down here is the weird people.
What?
What was that?
Oh no.
He said the only way to stay warm up there is to wear people. Really?
Like, oh man.
Damn.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I think what he meant was stay in bed under the blankets naked with your partner. It's the way to go.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
That's what
Body
he meant.
warmth.
That's
See,
what
I was thinking like the
Oh,
Donner
you said that's
Party
people.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said it still goes back to the people, wearing people. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
there you go. Goes both ways.
I didn't
Yeah,
think
I
it like that
understand.
way. It just sounds creepy when you say it. Like,
Yeah,
It
who-
does sound like a little bit of Silence of the Lambs stuff.
Yeah,
I think I
exactly.
gotta be a little careful there.
Like it rubs the lotion on its skin kind of thing. Ugh.
Like, yo,
dude, I'm
I was gonna say could wear animal fur and that kind of stuff.
right,
People, I don't know.
right.
it was more of the piling up of isolating you from the wind.
See what DJ say makes sense because
Yeah.
now I'm thinking like more Viking,
Oh,
Last Kingdom.
I just had everybody stitched together as one
No,
cloth.
that's creepy. See,
Everybody just,
now you're getting into like Saw
Okay,
and
all right,
it's
all right.
creepy. I don't want to wear people. Not the way.
no, man, thank God. That's all.
Oh my god. All right, so I asked my boyfriend this before. I said, hey, would you consider me a witch? A witch is not a term I have ever used. And I don't even remember what you said. What did you
How do
say?
you start the conversation? You know,
I'm asking, I don't remember I don't remember what you said.
Man, I don't remember what I said. You gonna strike up a conversation and we both absent minded.
So we both don't remember the answer? This is fucked up. This is
Yeah, I can answer it now.
all right, yeah, answer it now. Yeah.
It's like,
You gotta speak up, man.
huh? Nobody can hear me? Oh. No, I don't know, which is like, I mean, I'm already pre-programmed for like witches.
It's, yeah.
As just as a kid, so that's why I wouldn't put it in that
Yeah. It never resonated. How do you feel about that term in
I missed that.
you missed what he was saying? Yeah, see, tell me.
No, I said that my brain is, in terms of all the something witch or like in that category, like my brain is already like defined by like television, like or like what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
that's the imagery that I have in my head. So I said, that's not befitting of April. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I probably would have said no.
Yeah.
It don't even have the right connotation on the word, like the sound to be right.
So basically, what you're saying is like the way the word's been portrayed over the last however many years has kind of ruined it.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, I haven't been here for that long, so like, if it passed my time,
Sorry, guys.
if that was still the case of the imagery of what a witch was, and I wasn't on the planet, I hadn't been yet born into the world, then that's a pretty long time. That's generations, right? When was it good? When was being a witch good? You understand?
Well, it was, yeah. I
That
mean,
would go back to what the Germans call hemopatins.
Mhm.
You ever hear the song "Genuine Indian Guru"?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, the words to that song, I
Yeah.
forget the name of the song, but the words to it, I have a genuine Indian guru.
Mm-hmm.
They call it hemopatin in Germany.
I heard the term. Yeah.
Basically, it's working with herbs, roots, spices, and things like that. A healer, they used to call them in days of old.
Yeah.
But when women got really good at it, they were called witches because they were sneaky, they were lying, and men had to oppress them, and they can't be smart and know things to do with herbs. So if you can do that magic with herbs and spices, you've got to be a witch using black magic.
Yeah.
You still feel like that today? Like, Mike, I'm sorry, that's true now? If you work with the spices and herbs and stuff, that if it's a female, it makes her a witch. You still believe in that?
Well, no. actually they're quite smart where they learn to use all natural substances to heal people. My former mother-in-law was into it. My daughter's into it. She understands some of that stuff. And there really is some oils and plants and mixtures you can use that are self-healing, because days of old we didn't have the local pharmacy down the corner, which is organized crime. They're robbing us for money, making us take more pills. But no, it's herbs, spices. They used to have natural healing things that we've gotten away from, and we've marketed and commercialized, and we'll sell you medicine now.
That's true.
Yeah, it was knowledge. Knowledge is power. Women were getting smart with healing, and because the women was always home with people too. They were always with the sick. The guy was out either hunting, killing, or getting food, or supposed to be doing that in days of old. I'm going back a few hundred years. I'm not going back just 50 years.
I got you.
Yeah.
Now, this voodoo stuff out of New Orleans, I don't trust it. Don't want to piss nobody off from down there, have them come sticking needles in me. But I wouldn't mock it either.
No, that's a good point. So how did you, Jacqui, how did it start in Autumn too? How did that start resonating with you guys? Because I'm not a herb kind of gal. It's him, this guy here. How did that like resonate with y'all? Like, how did y'all know, like, yes, was it a feel? When did it happen? Anything?
Go ahead, Jacqui.
Okay, I was gonna say, go ahead, Autumn. For me, it's been forever. I've always had this affinity, if you will, for witches. Never really understood it. I just knew that I felt very close to that context. And as the ladies here know, in recent year, I've gotten more and more insight into why I have such an affinity for that. But yeah, no, as far as when it started, gosh, I remember being 8 years old and thinking about it. So yeah.
I can caveat that, and she don't even know what I'm gonna say. Before I met her, like she said, she was 8 years old. I didn't meet her till late in life. We didn't meet each other. I took her to Rome.
Oh, yeah.
And she had this dream of Circus Maximus, of walking around Circus Maximus in Rome. She actually pictured herself doing that. We met 30, 40-something years later, and I actually took her there to walk around that thing and hold her hand.
Oh, that's so cool.
So she knew she would do it. She could see it, but it actually did happen.
Yeah.
It just happened 30, 40 years later.
Yeah, I was in third grade when that. I remember. God, I can't believe you remember that. Yeah, I was in third grade when that happened, and we were studying Rome, and I just remember sitting at my desk, and it was weird because in that moment, hello, sorry, okay, so let's just, there's Carly, who has got to get between everybody and everything.
There's no personal space.
Yeah, we have no personal space. We have no life without her.
So, okay.
Hey, you got heat.
Right?
That's why we have so many dogs in Canada here.
I know, right? But no, yeah, I could actually see my feet walking it. Yep. I could actually see my feet walking Circus Maximus, so Mike made it happen. Yeah.
That's cool.
I'll be right back. She might have to speak.
Yep.
Would you play with your mom stuff like her spices in the cabinet type of thing since you was 8 years old? Or did somebody take you to the store? Okay, start with the spice rack.
Yeah, and I can remember sitting out in the backyard in the garden and just like taking grass and tearing it up. And I can remember taking like cat o' nine tails and removing the seeds and like pretending that I was mixing something.
Yeah.
I had no idea what, but yeah.
Damn. That's dope.
That's
What
cool.
about you, Autumn? Are you a herby girl at all? Or BJ? Herby guy?
Myself? Okay, go ahead, BJ.
No, you talk.
I didn't really have any kind of recollection. I don't have much recollection of my childhood, to be honest. I remember daydreaming a lot. We always had like a vegetable garden, and it was a chore. I tried to make it not feel like a chore, but it was. Now I want to get a vegetable garden and have like the herbs and I think now the term herbology or herbology, however it kind of takes away from that whole, incantation stuff. So it kind of gives it a more pleasant feel than witch. And I've been kind of battling with that term for a little while now, because actually, up until a few years ago, I actually didn't realize I was a witch, but I don't like that word because of like Othman, how he said it's just TV's portrayed it as like the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. You're supposed to be this ugly green thing or whatever, and all you want to do is hurt people. It's like, actually, no. Kind of the complete opposite. But so I've been kind of trying to figure out what the more actual truer term is, and I feel like I'm an alchemist. I work with elements, whether they're plant elements, the earth elements, like fire, water, air. You work with all of the energies of all of the elements everywhere to create it into something completely new. It's not damaging, it's not evil, or I don't even know what that term even means, but
Pardon me.
I don't know. I've just kind of really started knowing of myself just in the last few years, to be honest.
That makes sense.
So now it's like I gotta know everything.
And now she needs to know everything now, not take her time and learn, but it's like, I want it now and that's it.
Yeah, but I get that too. I mean, you want to just like, why don't we just know? Doggone it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Frustrating as hell.
It is.
I don't think using the word witch is a good word to use.
That's what we were just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it just doesn't. But you know what? Honestly, guys, I feel the same way about psychic. It's something about it. It's so gimmicky now. But you know what? Like if I go off of the obvious stuff, it almost feels like the words are too small. It's too confined. It's like, I'm not this or that. What if I'm all of it? What if I'm this and that? And it's things like there's no term. Alchemist is great. It's like it's no term for that. So I don't like psychic because it's like, oh, read my mind, fortune teller. It's like in a box. But I don't know. It's just and then people didn't feel comfortable using that, so now they create the word intuition, even though the word is true, but nobody wants to say they're psychic. It's like, I'm intuitive. It's like an offshoot. It's like it is. The word exists, intuition, but it's like you're either not comfortable saying psychic, or it doesn't feel right. So now we're gonna use this other term. Give it another couple of years, it's gonna be another term, another term. You know what I mean? And I don't know, they just don't feel right. They feel like gimmicky, popular. It feels too new. And it's like, I feel too old.
You kind of feel like you should be in some sort of a gypsy wagon with a crystal ball, playing a tambourine in your off time.
Yes. It's
hey, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
If it resonates, you know.
Well, a lot of the terms that are used for what you guys do and everything like that has been over commercialized and used for other people's advantages to make money from it, not for the benefit of somebody, just to make, it's like a money grab for somebody. It's like you think psychic and you think like kind of like a circus kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yes, it's so true. It just feels shallow. Like hollow might be a better word.
Agreed completely.
Yeah.
And I did kind of go on YouTube because I asked BJ, I was kind of going through this whole wandering around the house in this deep thought, and it was bothering me because it was like, okay, back in the day before, okay, I'm bringing it up, before Christianity really took freaking hold on everything. A witch was a witch. That was a good term back then for the people who did do the healings and did do the shamanism stuff and the divination, the birthing babies, the whole everything, you know, like, and that's what they called them, was a witch, and it worked until that. So I resonate with that old type of what the word meant. And so then I was kind of wandering around going like, okay, I tie to that time and that energy of being so connected to the earth, but it doesn't fit in this modern time anymore. So I was like, so I went on YouTube and I was like, okay, well, say whatever. And there was like Witchcraft 101. And I flipped it on for like 30 seconds. Was it even 30 seconds? I don't even think it was even 30 seconds. And this girl on there had like the black lipstick, and she was all like in, like you say, in the gimmicky. And I'm like, I don't want to be associated with that type of, I don't want to say group of people, but that type of a label.
Like representation.
Yeah, I'm more than that. Like, this is natural. This is me. I'm not out to, you know, flower something up or anything like that. It's kind of, I don't know.
She was living off the nostalgia of what it used to be or what she thought it to be versus what it is.
Well, I think she was kind of like just maybe embodying the whole
What she thought.
that gimmicky. She watched The Craft too many times, you know.
I've never seen that show.
It's a movie. Actually, I liked it for that time.
Or movie or whatever. I'm super picky with shows I watch.
But no, I get what you're saying, Autumn, because that's what resonates with me as well. It's not, it is old world embodiment of the term witch, not anything that came after the dawn of Christianity and organized religion or any of that. It's really old world stuff, which had like nothing to do.
Well, and you do have to try to blend the old world knowledge to modern times, because obviously you can't run around like a Viking with an axe and start throwing them at people, because although we'd like to,
I know I would.
No, Mike would too. He'd be like, I'm in there.
Hey, I got replica swords and stuff like that, so I'm game.
Oh, that's super cool. He's already battle ready.
Oh yeah.
Every day morning he opens his eyes, he's battle ready.
I'm not that bad, but yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, I admit it.
Do anybody axe throw? I always wanted to try that.
Tried it a couple times and just broke stuff.
Man, that still sounds cool. I'm gonna break shit. We should try it. I like that.
Hey, just make sure it's not your neighbor's stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be smart.
Yeah.
Not good.
I'll aim the opposite direction from the neighbors. Yeah, if we try to do some shit like that here, we kill somebody. We're too close to. We're stacked up on top.
That place is small down there in New York.
Huh?
Them places are small down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Atlantis.
Atlantis?
It's Atlantis compared to someplace.
No, we just need to go visit Autumn and go out in the back 40 out there. We can throw shit all day long. We're not going to hit anything.
I so want to set that trip
No.
up.
How the hell did your husband hit the neighbor if you got that much land?
It's true.
No, this was like a long time ago.
But then he got a hell of an arm.
No, this kind of stuff I did a long time ago, so yeah.
Damn.
Oh, no,
I'd like to hit the neighbor now, but he doesn't like me. I don't like him, and I don't know why he doesn't. Yeah.
BJ. You know what, BJ? Maybe you just speak too much truth and honesty, and just you like.
I get myself into a lot of trouble like that. A lot of people say I'm very blunt with what I say, but it's also the truth. Like, I try not to sugarcoat anything when I'm talking, because it's like, yeah, well, this is the way I think about it, and this is what I'm going to say, and you don't like it, well, I don't know. Tough.
No, that's how he is. Dude.
I'm right here. I can see the finger.
Mike, are you the same way?
No.
Yes.
You know why I asked that? Because I'm okay. I don't know if you ladies have the same issue. Like, I'm not a loss for words, but when it comes to like really wanting to express myself and be blunt, that's when I get really nervous and afraid. I don't want to hurt people. And he, not to say he don't care about hurting people, but he's way more blunt and direct, and it cuts people like a knife, even though he doesn't mean to, and it gets misconstrued. Where I feel like I filter way too much. And because I'm, empath, you can feel emotions, and then I get upset, and he's always telling me to express myself more and be honest about how I feel. Do y'all have the same? Is it kind of similar with y'all too?
Oh no, she's nice, and I have to end the conversation for her, and then she gets mad at me when she was just trying to be polite to get out of something she already was trying to get out of.
Boy, I think we just missed April and Othman.
That's the same thing, yeah.
Boy, that sounds familiar. Hey, Lori.
Ooh, you're ratted out too.
I don't have the patience to wait around. When I see her just being polite to get out of it, I'll just cut it all off at the knees so we can go.
Yep.
But like, fuck this, we're out.
Almost.
Yeah.
No comment.
No.
Although I have been getting better. BJ has actually helped me to become a little bit more stronger with my boundaries, which is really nice.
Shit.
Really nice.
Have a time limit.
Yeah, it was. Well, the other day we got a message from the daughter, and it was one of those things that it was. I knew what needed to be said, and BJ has been helping me to kind of, like, you should maybe say these things the next time she messages, just because it's time and blah blah blah. So I was chattering away and trying to get this message across, and he's like, don't forget that. I'm just like, shut up, I got this. And yeah, I pretty much just let it loose and had no feelings of remorse or like anything. It was just like, I said what needed to be said, whether I hurt her feelings or not, I didn't care. So, which is a few years ago, I would never have done that.
No, see, you probably did a good thing. Sometimes you got to tell them what they need to hear versus what they want to hear.
Exactly.
Yep.
And yeah, without BJ's support and I don't want to say poking. Some days it felt like, just shut up, Brady, I'm doing this, but
it's a nudge. How about it's just a nudge?
Nudge is a good point. And yeah, I would never, a few years ago, would never have even thought of but being able to do that.
That's a.
So you kind of felt like a carpet being walked on after a while, huh?
Uh-huh.
Welcome, fucking Matt, right here. I'm tired of losing money to people. If she'd stand her ground a little bit and put up more of a fight, we'd be getting more of our money back versus walking away and just letting them keep the money, saying, I don't want the argument.
But it's that whole empath thing. I
is.
don't want to hurt somebody. I don't want to intentionally hurt,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hurt my money. I want my money back. It's not hurt. It's my money.
To me, it's like if somebody is, well, put it point blank. It's like, okay, if somebody pisses you off first and they're rude to you, well, then if you're rude back to them and they take offense to it or if they get hurt, it's just like, well, if you're going to dish it out, you should be able to take it.
A lot of people don't take it.
We're going to have to do this video in 2 parts. Since I did the Zoom on his camera, they're only giving us 40 minutes.
I don't know what.
And then they're telling me I have to pay. It's been nothing but troubleshooting all day.
But we'll be right back
But
with
we'll
that.
be back. Hopefully. Right? They're gonna let us do this
messed up
video?
the segue.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it wasn't the segue. You gotta put the video back up to get the segue back. This is a closeout.
I'm just giving them heads up, so just in case
I
we
know,
get
but they're
off.
gonna be like, what happened? And then the next video will come and they're gonna be like, oh, we gotta see what happened.
Let Uthman do his segue. Just let him do his segue.
Oh, it passed,
Yeah.
He said it passed.
but we're gonna start it back up.
We're gonna start it back. Yeah, we're gonna start it
There
back
we
up again. But no, you guys are right. Mike is right. Like when I couldn't help but to laugh because I was thinking about myself. Like Afman's always telling me, like, babe, just just be like this, to say how you feel, and speak your shit. Because when I rant, like my inside voice and my outside voice is two completely voices. And when I really let it out, and he's like, "That's what you need to tell them," and I'm like, "No,
You want to
no."
hear my voice?
I'm hearing your voice now.
But you see, we compliment each other, muscle and brains.
Because what if they don't like me after? What if they're upset with me after?
Yeah, it's a whole
I'm a
judgment.
bad person.
That's why I'm muscle, she's brains. They'll always like her, even though I'm sticking up for her. They won't know it's me. So blame me.
Yeah, I get that too. So I'm all right with it.
It
You know,
works
it's kind of like, yeah.
What happened? You missed it? No, it's just I find that interesting that that we have that same pattern, and they have it too in their
same thing.
It is cool that we all, like each of us women, all have our own warriors supporting us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty freaking cool.
It's really badass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the break, all the men will come back with their weaponry.
I know. I have a sword at the house. I should have bought it, but I don't want to get shot.
Yeah, we got a couple hanging right there. Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't even want to show you guys.
That's so cool.
We bought a compound bow for Morgan for I don't remember, whatever, birthday, Christmas, whatever. It's still here, so I want to get that thing out this summer too.
Oh man.
Well, you can bring out the swords, Lori, at least.
Yeah, I could. No, that's too much work.
Well, you scared you're gonna poke yourself?
Maybe. Drop it on
You're
my
not a weapon girl, Autumn? Like, or certain types?
I don't like guns. Even playing video games, I don't like playing games with guns.
Okay. Is there a reason? Obviously, there's a reason.
I don't know. I just don't. I think maybe because the guns are kind of a half-ass way to do it. Maybe it's almost like the weapon is an extension of you, whereas a gun, it's like you don't actually have to get close to use it. So really, are you even actually fighting? Or you're just kind of being a cheese doodle and shooting from behind the scenes kind of thing. Whereas if you have like a sword or an axe or something, you actually have to like get up and personal and kind of be seen by the whoever you're attacking. That be like, yeah, I'm here attacking you, not just, oh, I'm gonna do it from way back here.
Oh, I get it. For Autumn, it's not personal. She's like, you gonna see, I'm the one killing you.
She likes the whole blood thing.
Yeah. I help you understand.
I'm sorry.
Weapon, it's not so much the weapon, it's the warfare.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
It's the warfare, because if we fought that way still today, we probably have more food in this world and cleaner water, because we lost more bodies in fights back then by fighting that way. There was a lot of single women walking around because a lot of men were killed on the battlefield that way. Today we fight wars they call modern, but we do have less casualties in war today with the weapons that we got. Now, we do have weapons that will kill hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, and it's wicked ugly. And the only reason why I can speak on that is because I'm military for 20-something years, and now I'm with weapons every single day.
I told you, he likes blowing shit up.
I'm with weapons every single day, and I get the good guys that come in and train to take down bad guys. I get soldiers that come in to train that if they have to get on a plane and go somewhere, they're ready to do what they got to do. I get a mixture of volume. And it's not so much the weapons that scare me, it's the individuals holding the weapons. What's their mental capacity? It's the mental capacity of the individual that scares the hell out of me, not the weapon.
Same here.
It's kind of like what's his brain actually gonna do in a situation, kind of a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Yeah.
I blame our news media for manipulating a lot of the populace today.
Well, it's all scare tactics.
I watched the news here for weather, and they got people so scared to death of an impending snowstorm that's going to drop 3 inches.
Yep, all the time.
Back when I was a kid, we had the old station wagon cars. Half the tires were bald on it. And they'd say a snowstorm's coming. Mom or dad would say, all right, everybody in the car, we're going to go to Auntie's house. We're going to have a picnic. We're going to have a picnic or a cookout or something. And we'd go.
Yeah.
You got less than a minute.
Yeah, we got less than a minute. And then we'll come back on.
I just want to say thank you, Mike, because that's actually a really neat perspective. So I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. Don't want to change your train of thought, though. Be who you are.
But that's actually interesting. It's not the weapon, it's the individual. Huh.
It's true.
Are we going to get a countdown like the Apollo 10, 9, 8, 7, 6?
It just says
And it says
less than a minute.
That's a number.
Yeah, literally, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want somebody to say something really good, and then
That's why we got to come back. That's why I said
so we should cut off
It's a suspense thing.
the suspense.
Yeah, I wouldn't even let them know when I'm cutting it off.
Like, come back to hear more cool shit.
Okay, I'm gonna be the first one. See you guys in a little bit.
Bye-bye.
I get to leave before you. I messed up the segue.
Right, we're out of here.
All right.
Part 2 coming up.